Jake sleeps down in the straw, and Roney rocks with the rhythm of the train as it follows a track to Omaha. There's a little bit of gray creeping up around Roney's nose, and old Jake is weary from a 500,000 throws, but they can still catch one running away. They both dream about the wild old days when there wasn't a wire from the Rio Grande up to the boat, and nobody ever heard of a Wild West show. How many brands has that old cowboy burned? And how many wild steers has his pony turned? You know there weren't silver trophies back then. The only prize was one you couldn't win. How can you measure being totally free when God was man's only law? There was no boundary, and there wasn't a wire from the Rio Grande up to the boat, and nobody ever heard of a Wild West show. By tomorrow, they'll be east of Omaha. Another crowd, another town, another sin. Wild Indians, reckless cowboys, stagecoaches and outlaws, and a couple old buffaloes who still remember to the boat, and nobody ever heard of a Wild West show. The Wild West show, of a Wild West show. The Wild West show. I pulled my collar up and turned my ear flaps down, cussing all the reasons that I quit my job in town. Said a broke down cowboy is all you'll ever be. Since when did I listen to folks squawking at me? I'm broke and I'm lonesome and I'm chilled to the bone, wondering what I'm doing many miles from my home. Strapped to this wildcat, over the hill I ride. I'm hanging on to nothing but my outlaw pride. When I got out of college, they said, son, you're guaranteed to make enough money to live your life so free. Well, I made the money, spent it on my sanity. Now I'm back here calving heifers for the old AD. I'm broke and I'm lonely lonesome and I'm chilled to the bone, wondering what I'm doing many miles from my home. Strapped to this wildcat, over the hill I ride. I'm hanging on to nothing but my outlaw pride. Yeah, I'm broken, I'm lonesome, and I'm chilled to the bone, wondering what I'm doing many miles from my home. Strapped to this wildcat, over the hill I ride, and I'm hanging on to nothing but my outlaw pride. Yeah, I'm strapped to this old wildcat, and over the hill I ride, and I'm hanging on to nothing but my outlaw pride. This old town ain't got a stoplight, but it's got a grocery store, and the courthouse was built in '29. And on cold days like this one, it smells like wood smoke, and the folks are burning cedar and pine. The saloon on the corner is a landmark of the town, and there's lots of old-time pictures over the door of woolly chaperon riders and men in uniform who never returned from the war. Down at the feed store, he's sleeping on the burlap with a copy of Western Horseman on his chest. His clothes are kinda ragged, but you know he don't care. This time of day there's whiskey on his breath. He's a son of the sagebrush that his daddy plowed under with his teams. Ain't it funny how the ambition of one man will cover up another man's dream? Rusty old rails run by the stockyards, they tell a silent story about change, of a time long before the highways and wire divided up that desolate old range. Miles of dryland wheat fields are growing tall and rank, 'cause the government pays them not to plow. Where he rode the cultivator behind his father's horses, and he daydreamed about punching cows. Saved up his money and he bought that old saddle off a man who rode from Texas in '81. He rode that old plow horse mile after mile, and he broke the old milk cow just for fun. He's a son of the sagebrush that his daddy plowed under with his teams. Ain't it funny how the ambition of one man will cover up another man's dream? Dusty farm ground when he turned 17, and he took a job riding on the plains. And out there in the sagebrush, a kid found his calling, and he cut the plow lines into bridle reins. There's 1,000 years of badger holes hiding in the sage, and over the years